I apologize in advance if you can hear my dog snoring while I'm filming this, and somebody thought that 11 a.m. on a Thursday would be the perfect time to mow their lawn. Get a job! Oh wait. Could it be another YouTuber? So this week I put something into words that I've never been able to put into a cohesive thought before. I received a Facebook message from a concerned viewer we will call Susie, who, as a concerned viewer would be, was concerned. And I've received this basic message many times over the years since Blimey Cow began to grow in popularity. But I never really had a cohesive answer before. And it's this question. What if someone doesn't understand that we are being sarcastic in our videos? If you're somehow watching this video and subscribed to this channel and you've never heard of Blimey Cow before, I don't know how you got here, but welcome. Blimey Cow is my other YouTube channel that is basically 99.9% of the time sarcastic. It is probably the most sarcastic channel on YouTube, and I can pretty much say that with full confidence. We discuss a wide variety of topics, but I get the concerned viewer messages just like Susie's normally after we put out a video that relates to Christianity. Recently we did a video called Let's Take the Christ Out of Christian. How many times are you supposed to do an air quote when you're saying a phrase? Is it just like one time to like signify the quote? That's confusing. And it was probably one of the most sarcastic videos we have ever made. But the concern is that somebody that is, say, a non-Christian comes along and watches the video and thinks that we're actually being serious. And then they'll really think that we're saying that you should take the Christ out of Christianity, thus, they believe a false testimony about me. Wait, so Ian isn't real then? Are you serious? This is just like the time my dad told me the truth about Santa Claus! Leave! Anyway, so I get messages a lot from people just like Susie. Susie isn't being mean or hateful or anything like that. She just honestly really loves our videos and doesn't want other people to get the wrong impression of us, which I respect a lot. So I thought that I would read her message and then read my response so that the next time I encounter another Susie with concern, I can, instead of writing out a long message, I could just send them this video. I thought that would save me a little bit of time. So, here's what Susie said. Can I ask a question? What happens if someone watches your last video, Let's Take the Christ Out of Christian, and takes it seriously? What happens if a non-believer really believes you mean what you say? Aren't you then giving a bad testimony? And then she goes on to say that this isn't a hate message or anything, and that she really loves our videos. So I thought about it for a long time the morning that I read that message, and I realized that I didn't actually have a cohesive opinion or thought on something that is so intrinsically a part of my life at this point. Sarcasm. And finally, after all these years, I wrapped my brain around my own thoughts on the topic. So I wrote her up a response and I pressed enter a little too early because Facebook has the like you press enter and it doesn't like skip the line, it just actually sends it. That drives me nuts. So I had to be like, I'm sorry, I wasn't finished with my response, let me finish it before you read it. And so then I sent it and I looked like a big idiot. But anyways, here's the actual full response. Hey Susie, thanks for sharing your concern. It's a valid question. It's also something that I've wondered as well in the years of making videos that are overly sarcastic. What if they don't understand overt and utter sarcasm? Honestly, it's a question I've struggled with. I've struggled with my responsibility and a person's ability to understand. What is my responsibility if a person doesn't understand a method of speech that's been around for thousands of years? A method of speech, in fact, that has been found to be extremely effective in getting people to think about a topic and at times even laugh at themselves and their own inconsistencies when they would otherwise put their guard up and be defensive about said topic. Sarcasm has a way of opening up a door into people's thoughts and hearts. It has a way of welcoming through that door intellectual honesty and bringing it to the forefront of a person's thought process. To me, it's almost miraculous. Knocking on that door, asking for it to be opened, I feel like is my responsibility through what I think is a God-given form of argumentation, sarcasm. I say God-given because I don't know what else to call something that has such a miraculous effect as sarcasm does. So when I think about my responsibility in someone not understanding the most undisguised forms of sarcasm that we bring to YouTube, I've come to the conclusion that it's not my place to teach someone what sarcasm is. Now, that's not to say that it's not my place to make sure that the sarcasm is clear. However, if someone doesn't understand such ridiculously overt, undisguised sarcasm as the "Let's Take the Christ Out of Christian" video displayed, I would question their ability to understand a lot of other, more complicated methods of argumentation that they'll inevitably encounter in their life. And that actually makes me worried for that person, and more than just if they misunderstood the message of Christianity in that video. I take the responsibility of opening that door into people's minds very seriously. And without sarcasm, honestly, I couldn't do that on Blimey Cow. That's what Blimey Cow is. Thank you so much for your message of concern. I appreciate your thoughts and your support. It means so much that you took the time to write out what you were thinking. So thank you again. That's what I said. So I hope that made sense and that wasn't too wordy or whatever, but yeah, Susie's in the world. If you message me, you're probably just gonna be sent this video, so yeah. Alright guys, well, there's my thoughts on sarcasm. I will see you next week. I'll talk to you later. I almost said don't be messy and leave good messages. So actually, you know what? There's a new episode of Messyges up. That's why I'm saying this, so go to the Blimey Cow channel and watch that. Alright, see ya, bye.
Jordan's Messyges.
Well, everybody, I'm back with some more messages. You just keep asking me questions. How can I say no? I will be doing this until I am 100 years old.